we're doing things a little differently today, okay? I grabbed all of the products that I hate, need to be thrown in the trash, should never see the light of day again. It's a little dramatic. I'm being a very dramatic. These are just products that did not work for me and that I just wasn't impressed by. I try so much freaking makeup. It's not fair to tell you guys about the products that I love and not mention the products that I don't love. Take this with a grain of salt. This is just what didn't work for me. Everyone's skin is different. I'm gonna try to make this video a little speed round, a little quick, so you're not listening to me yap for 20 minutes. But if you wanna know the products that I did not love, then keep on watching. Just a little PSA, because I feel like I need to make one. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. Just because I don't like these products doesn't mean you're not gonna like these products. My skin is not exactly like yours. Your skin is not exactly like mine. So some of this stuff might work really well for some people. I mean, obviously, if everyone thought how I felt about these products, girl, they wouldn't be in existence. So just because I don't like them doesn't mean you won't. It ain't that serious. These are just products that I don't like, and just because I didn't like the specific product doesn't mean I don't like the brand, so keep that in mind. We are starting off with primers, and we are starting off with Miss Charlotte Tilbury. I have a sample, girl. Thank freaking God I did not buy the large size in this because my skin hates this. I have used this on multiple occasions, and every single time I use this, my skin feels so freaking greasy. I hate the way it feels. So because of that, she's a no for me, honey. Both of the one size primers just really didn't blow me away, and they pilled on me. I know Patrick says you're supposed to not put anything on your skin and you're supposed to like lightly pat it in, but to me it's like, why do I have to do that with a primer? Why do I have to use it a very specific way? I just should be able to use it and it should work. So because of that, these two are going in the trash, girl. There are two brow products that I really, really, really despise, girl. It's not even dislike, honey. I will never recommend these two products to anybody. The first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. I have used this on multiple occasions. This is the second pot. So the first one I did really, really try to use. This is atrocious on my brows. For whatever reason, it is so freaking flaky. The very first time I used this, I remember I used it and I was like, oh my God, my brows look freaking incredible. I went out, I came back home. Girl, it was covered in dandruff is what it damn near looked like. It was white, it was flaky. It's just not it. This did not work for my brows at all. The second brow product, girl, I got absolutely influenced on TikTok because everyone and their mother was saying that the Refy brow pomade freeze, whatever this is, was the best thing on the planet. And honey, when I tried this, number one, I opened it. Why is it white? So right away that freaked me out because I feel like it's definitely going to dry down white. It's going to flake white. That was the first red flag, girl, is that the formula is literally white. I was right. This number one doesn't hold your brows at all. At least the Anastasia Beverly Hills does hold your brows, okay? Your brows won't move with that. This does not hold your brows, and on top of that, it will flake. So this just was a huge disappointment for me because every single person on the internet was saying how amazing this was. Honey, they're lying. They're lying to you. There are three foundations that I did not like, that my skin did not love. Starting off strong, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one, but I really did not like the Fenty Matte Foundation. I love her Luminous Foundation, okay? I love all of her other products, but this just did not work for me. It's so incredibly matte, which isn't bad, but I feel like it brought out every pore on my skin. And the worst part is that this bad boy oxidized so bad. I feel like it was 2 shades darker after it dried down on my skin. If you like matte foundations, girl, this is as matte as it gets. You probably would really like this. Just get 2 shades lighter. The second foundation that just did me dirty, girl, nothing good came from this foundation, is the Urban Decay Face Bond. This is very similar, in my opinion, to the Fenty foundation in the fact that this is extremely matte. It brought out every single pore. It sunk into every single pore. Girl, it was bad. I actually filmed a review on this and I didn't post it because I felt bad how badly I didn't like this foundation, which I am never doing again. But this was so incredibly bad on my skin. It brought out every single freaking pore. Girl, I didn't even know I had that many pores. This just brought out everything that I did not want to see. And for whatever reason, it just didn't blend well on my face. I don't know what it was, but it just kept separating. A lot of people do seem to like this foundation though. And if you have oily skin, you probably would really like it because it's extremely matte. But for me, it was a no, honey. This last foundation I don't hate, but I feel like it was extremely overhyped. And I fell into the hype, girl, because I instantly bought it. Miss Glamzilla made the Real Flawless by Laura Mercier go viral. And I just didn't really love this. I was expecting this to be the best foundation I've ever tried. I was expecting this to replace my #1 foundation. It just really did not impress me. It is a very thin formula, but I felt like it was very oily. It didn't necessarily look bad, and I don't hate this foundation. I just didn't love it, and it's very expensive. I bought this and I probably used it 3 times, and I realized it just isn't the best. I always grab my other foundations over it. So for me, I have to put it in this video because it was extremely overhyped and I feel like it just wasn't worth the hype. I think a majority of people don't like the concealer I'm about to show you. I'm actually surprised this did not get reformulated. It's the Makeup by Mario concealer. This is extremely drying. It creases. It's cakey. This is just not it. I don't know what is in this formula, but it is not a long-lasting formula. It is not an all-day wear concealer. This is just a concealer that did not work for me, and I actually saw a lot of negative reviews on this one, so I'm not alone. I think we need to go back to the lab. We got bronzer products, we got blush products. We are starting off with a cream bronzer by Miss Charlotte Tilbury. She's kind of low-key featured a lot in this video, honey. I'm seeing right now a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products on my table, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. This was the biggest waste of money I probably have made. I walked into Sephora, I was looking for a cream bronzer. I did absolutely no research and I saw the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. I was like, holy shit, that's huge. It's really expensive. It has to work well, right? I felt it in store. Actually, I don't even think there was a tester in store now that I think about it, because why would I have bought this? This is so insanely dry. There's nothing creamy about this at all. It's patchy. It doesn't blend well. It pulls way more orange than it should. This was simply way too freaking expensive to be such a terrible product. I know it sounds like I'm going in on her right now, but it's just true. No one should be spending their money on this if it doesn't work how it should. I've tried so many drugstore liquid and cream bronzers that work way better than this. I would never recommend someone to buy this. Girl, it's way too expensive to not be doing what it needs to do. A lot of people really love the Milk bronzer and blush sticks, but to me, look how this drags. I feel like you really need to press this on your skin. It's not a super creamy bronzer. You really have to warm it up on the back of your hand to get it to work. And I just don't understand why we're doing that to make a product work. I feel like a product should just work. I shouldn't have to do something to make the product work. Also, this legit smells like Play-Doh. Oh my God, that actually smells terrible. That smells so bad. I feel the same way about the Milk blush sticks. This is just too much money for barely any pigment. Like, why is this not even showing up? That's actually crazy. I feel like there's not enough pigment in these products and they're so expensive. Like, it is way too pricey to have no pigment, honey. This blush went viral on social media and I just don't understand, girl. I get it. It changes to your pH. It's fun. It's cool. But this is so oily. I don't know how people legitimately use this. Your makeup will break apart if you use this. So if you want a cool pH changing blush, I get it. It's fun. But this is not realistic if you're doing a full face of makeup. The only way you are going to be able to wear this is if you don't have foundation or concealer on, because this is going to move everything on your face. The last cream product is Miss Charlotte Tilbury's cream highlighter. Girl, what's going on? Because this is the third Charlotte Tilbury product that I don't like. These glow-ons were so overhyped on social media. It's actually insane. I think the biggest thing that I don't like about this product is how gross it gets. The packaging is just really unrealistic because for whatever reason, these like to explode. You have to twist it to open it. And I think the product just wants to come out, girl, because these are always leaking and it makes such a huge mess. The color of the highlighter itself is really pretty, but I'm never really using liquid highlighter, so I don't know why I bought this to begin with. And when I have used this, it moves my makeup. So I'm not going to use this on top of powder because it's going to move my makeup. I'm not using it underneath powder because it's moving my makeup. This is just an unrealistic product for me. And again, I was very excited to like this because a lot of people do, but this just didn't work for me. Ooh, girl. I got ripped apart on social media for this last one, okay? The very first day of the year, and I posted how I absolutely despise the new e.l.f. setting powder. And honey, y'all had some thoughts. Y'all went in on me. If it worked for you, girl, I'm happy it did. Please keep using it. But this looked so incredibly bad on my skin. It left a terrible white cast. It looked cakey. It looked chalky. It aged me, girl. And y'all went in on me on social media saying, I don't know how to use the product. I don't know what the product is. This literally says on the website, it is an ultra fine setting powder. This looked terrible on me, okay? Doesn't mean it's gonna look terrible on you. Your skin might really like it. I saw so many beauty reviews on it and it looked incredible. It looked so beautiful on other people. This did not work for me. Everyone and their mother was telling me you're rage baiting. Girl, I literally have no benefit of telling you the honest truth other than gaining your trust. I'm on e.l.f.'s PR list. They're probably going to kick me off the PR list because I did such a bad review. I'm not going to tell you that I don't like a product if I like it. That's literally just so dumb. If you don't believe me, go buy the product. You might like it, you might not. This was just a huge, huge, huge freaking fail. I did not like this powder. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. So if you like this powder, I'm happy for you, girl. But this just did not work for me literally at all. And I'm not gonna lie about that. Another drugstore setting powder that I didn't really love is the Milani setting powder. This oxidized the shit underneath my eyes. For whatever reason, this completely changed a different color. At least e.l.f. gave me a white cast. This turned dark. This did not work with my under eyes. It oxidized, it looked darker, and this is in the shade Translucent, girl. And I'll tell you right now, it ain't translucent. We are ending with another Makeup by Mario product. This is the Plumping Gloss Serum. I don't understand why brands do this. I hate that when you twist it up, you cannot put it down. You never know if you use too much product. And the formula itself is really thick and chunky. Look at that. Oh God. It looks chunky on the lips. It feels chunky on the lips. If you don't like thick glosses, girl, you're gonna hate this because I mean, there's no denying this is a very, very thick formula. I think the shades of these are absolutely beautiful. I just wish it came in a gloss tube and not the pumping up tube that you can't put down. And I wish the formula wasn't super thick. So if he redid the formula of this, I would probably absolutely love them. But the hassle is just too much for the product. That is all of the makeup products that I just really did not love. Again, what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. If you use these and you love them, please keep using them. They just didn't work for me. Just because I didn't like these products doesn't mean you won't. So don't let this video discourage you from buying anything. If you want to try one of these, definitely go out and buy it. Comment below and let me know what makeup product you've tried that just really was a fail. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on my notifications so you know when I upload next. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.